Hi everyone, Sunday 12th of March. This is a look at the Dow. Same as all the others, higher time frame stuff. This is on the daily, same chart as I showed in the last video last week. So I was looking for this support area around here to hold, um, and for it to come out or break this resistance area here around the 33,500. Well, that has held it, and it has now washed through and come back in very cleanly actually to this sort of primary trend line we got. So it's now dropped out of this consolidation zone and it's definitely in bearish. It's whether now this trend line area holds and further support and resistance holds around this area. I'm actually struggling a bit to find a nice clean support and resistance area. I mean, there's arguably one here, but it's not reacted very cleanly here on it. Slightly further up, you know, even if we come into this area, it's held here. It's washed it here. It's not been very clean here. This isn't particularly clean. So we're going to have to use the day trading charts to find some decent levels. I mean, probably maybe there would be an area, but again, it's not very clean. So really at the moment, all about this trend line, I think, and whatever's happening on the other chart. So let's have a look at this on a day trading chart. As you can see, it is starting to roll over now. It does look bearish to me, and numbers also confirm that. Let's chuck this on the hourly. So my major area I was looking to hold or break was this number here. This is a 123 extension off of pre-COVID highs, 32,287. That broke. It also completed this Fib set here, the 551 to 054, washed out that set. It's now sat in this other set here. So we've now got 32,054 will be resistance or support, currently holding as resistance. So if we get a drop and we come in, then 31,557 completes the 50 to 38 set on here. It's got to wash out this middle set, but it also lines up quite nicely with this trend line I've got on this chart. So I could quite happily see that hitting. So it's whether that acts as support and whether it keeps washing out supports and turning in resistance. So because we've entered this 123 extension now, I'd expect that set to complete probably as long as that area holds. For that to complete, that's 31,056. Call it 31,060. But it is going to have to get through this 557 area. It's a little bit of a tricky one, same as the others. They are on quite, although this is broken major support for me. It could turn here, and from that other chart you saw, it is bouncing right off that trend line. So this trend line slightly lower. I don't know why that is. That's because it's candle body, I suppose, and then it's gone to the peak there. So there's a little bit more downside on this chart, which would fit in with this 557. Let's chuck this back on a 15-minute. Bit of a tricky one here. So I would say my key levels here, 32,287, hold or break for upside or downside. If that holds, I would want to see more downside. If it holds to the downside, that is, I'd want to see more downside, and I want to see a set completion in there at 31,056. But it has got to get through 557. That would stand in the way. 054 is the most local target. That needs to hold or break. Again, if that holds, then looking for a run back to this 287 area. 551 sits above that. Going to want to see this fib set get washed out. It's had a go at it, but it's not completed it. 31,743 gives an exit there, which opens up the 557. Again, that's going to be a bit of a biggie because we've got a trend line there, and that also breaks that trend line on the other chart. I mean, they're not an exact science, these trend lines, but it's always treated as an area, so we can say that 31,550 area is going to be quite key to whether we get some real downside or this is going to hold it for some more consolidation or some upside. Cheers.